Many bad shots. They don't make many mistakes. A key thing if you want to be a player in the postseason. The Gators going old school. The orange jerseys, an homage to Vernon Maxwell, Dwayne Shinsis and company. A great crowd here on hand in Gainesville. Gators in orange, the Commodores in black. Clayton lines up the first shot of the game, and it's a triple.
Vanderbilt got confused on their first possession defensively.
4 straight 20-point scoring games for Clayton. As you see, the starting 5 for the Commodores. Evan Taylor, number 12, has really been playing better basketball of late. He's their sharpshooter. This is their key. Magnon, a rare. The Gators starting 5, Poland, Clayton, Richard. They go 3 guards, and then Samuel and Handlogden. But again, a lot of depth, both in the backcourt and especially the front court. They've got 4 bigs that just are menacing for conference opponents this year. Here's one of the bigs, Samuel, muscling his way right to the basket. He took Lubin right to the rack.
It was almost like Samuel was anticipating a double that never came.
What do you want to see, Mark, out of the Commodores to make this interesting?
Well, what did Stack tell us today? They can't get in the running game, so they've got to control tempo. They can do that with their offense. They really don't turn the ball over a lot.
Shot clock at 7. Lubin. And a whistle. It's so loud. Who has this team poised for an NCAA tournament appearance. Inbound comes into the corner to the hands of Lawrence.
Four-guard lineup, excuse me, Mike. Four-guard lineup means Samuel has to guard Taylor on the perimeter.
Inside, Handlogden with that 7-1 frame tries to alter the shot, but Lubin drops it through the net.
Lubin has been so good, improving month by month for this team.
Alley-oop! And a thunderous finish by Samuel.
My goodness. There was a lot of traffic.
There's a lot of traffic, and then came a semi right down I-75 on the finish. Lawrence takes it right in on the shot blocker. Nifty shot by the 5th-year senior guard out of Monticello, Georgia.
Loves to operate on the left side of the floor.
Here comes Clayton, back to Samuel, 2-man game, give and go, and another slam.
That's 4 possessions, 4 made field goals for the Gator offense.
A 3, and then 3 more buckets right at the rim.
But watch time of possession. Vandy's not going to shoot quickly. Their shot selection needs to be on point.
Now, Jerry Stackhouse telling us today we do not want to get in an up-and-down track meet with these guys. Lawrence tried to draw a foul, can't do it. Offensive rebound blocked by Handlogden, and it'll be out of bounds.
Pocket pass. Samuel, the recipient on both.
Tough pass in traffic, stolen away by Florida. A little pinball action, and it'll be a shot clock violation. So it will be Florida basket. SEC, they won 2 more games in the SEC tournament. Right. Nobody wanted to play them in the NIT. And a lot of people thought they could have kind of snuck in there as an at-large in the NCAA tournament.
A little 2-3 zone.
Sets up an open 3. My goodness. Gators are dropping everything through the net. Will Richard from downtown.
We thought we would see a lot of zone a week ago at Georgia for the Gators. It didn't really materialize. They have struggled at times this year with zones.
3 on the other end by Vandy. Lubin rattles it home.
Just 31%. That's his 10th made 3-ball of the year.
A 3 by Richard. For his career, he's got 144. And finally, a Gator miss after 5 straight makes to open up this game. Stop and pop. Follow. Empty trip for Vanderbilt. Here comes Pullen downhill. Leaves it off for Richard. Handlogden left alone for 3.
And he can make that. And I think he's 5 for 9 on the year.
In a break zone with Lubin. Short corner. finds a shooter. That's a 3-ball by Taylor. He's had the hot hand of late for Vandy. Richard corrals it in the corner. And gets it back. That's a 3.
That's the same side corner 3. I don't know that you can help out there.
Euro step, a drive, and a foul drawn by Tyron Lawrence. About the depth in the SEC, but you're starting to see everybody kind of jump on board with that. More and more pundits saying this is 6 in the AP top 25, 8 teams projected in the field. Mark, you and I go back to a time 2013, 14, and 16. I looked it up. Only 3 teams made it to the NCAA tournament those 3 years. This year will be the 3rd time in 6 years that the SEC gets at least 8. Pretty impressive.
Kind of hard to fathom.
Kentucky teams,
right.
The Billy Donovan teams here in Gainesville. But it was not a deep league, and you had a lot of programs that were just mediocre. But this league has improved as much as any over the last half a dozen years or so.
And I got to tell you, Stack's shoe game today is off the charts.
Yeah, he comes up with something different, it seems like, every game. A very stacked closet, if you will.
I mean, Lawrence is going well. That is just phenomenal. That's first team All-American today.
Yeah. He trumps my penny loafers from 1990. We had a nice conversation with Stack in the locker room pregame here today. Still very upbeat, still positive about his squad. You know, any opposing coach will tell you they run good stuff, and very often they get good looks. Their problem has been finishing. You got a lot of guys who are just not shooting the ball particularly well.
Vandy really good on the ball defensively.
Kugel on the backdoor cut. Great defense for about 27 seconds before Florida finds an easy layup.
Nice job of Kugel moving without the basketball. Kugel's kind of the wild card on this team.
Tough shot, offensive rebound, a rare one for Vanderbilt. Carter Lang can't finish it.
Those bigs, those bouncy bigs, they come at you in waves, don't they?
Commodores have missed their last 6 shots. Kugel. Kugel has almost been the guy that's just a added luxury if he plays well, because your top 3 guards have been nothing short of outstanding. There's a block by Samuel.
Samuel timed that beautifully.
Wait. Finds one from distance.
He's not even hitting the rim right now. He is in such a zone shooting the basketball. I
mentioned the 4 straight 20-point games or more since the Gators are wearing the throwback unis. The last Gator to have 5 consecutive games of 20 points. How about this one? Dwayne Shinsis.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't think you were going to hear that name today. Just a bit too strong. It was online for Paul Lewis.
They've got numbers.
Pulling to Kugel. Kugel slashing and lost it. Dribbled right into a sea of Commodore defenders. And then a great take on the other end by Mignon.
One of Kugel's struggles this year has been at times he's just too loose with the ball. Oh my goodness.
That is going to be a problem for Vanderbilt all day long.
So they're in kind of a conundrum, if you will, because you want to double Samuel, but if you double, then you're going to leave guys like Clayton open on the perimeter.
Samuel already 8 points on 4 of 4 from the field, and then a turnover. The pass from Lewis hit Mignon. If you were reading the preseason magazines and the media day hype, it was all about number 2 in orange. As it stands now, he's really their number 4 guard. What a luxury to have if you're Coach Golden in this Florida attack, not to mention the depth in the bigs. And how can Condon, speaking of which, are in the game. Here's Condon with his first touch.
Again, Vandy's not going to double.
Condon had 2 cracks at it. Vanderbilt good defensively there.
Aberdeen on the floor. This is rare time because Zion Pullen plays more minutes in league games than any other player in this conference.
Under 10 on the shot clock for the Commodores. Now 5. Now 3. Somebody's going to have to shoot it here quickly. And no recognition, no awareness that time. Paul Lewis kept putting it.
For a shot, you've got to have better clock awareness.
Turnovers now 5 on the Commodores, just 1 on the Gators. Condon, the former Aussie football star, finding Clayton Hauk, who is so great in the game against Georgia, and has that one pop out. Hauk's coming up out party against the Bulldogs in Athens. 17 points, and he hit 3 threes. Banging bodies, kick out pass. Line pass again. Late shot clock here, under 5. Lang gives it off, 3 ball. Rattles off for Camateros, and here come the Gators, perhaps in transition. They're one of the fastest paced teams in the country. Condon inside, Hauk. Big to big. Hauk hits the deck. And then Condon fouled on the perimeter. Hands by Lewis. A place that we'd all love to be, at least for a time. That's Australia, although I wouldn't want to do the flight. But if you could just put me in a time machine, I'd gladly portal myself over there. But he was a terrific athlete in Australia, and a lot of things not involving the hardwood or a basketball goal. He has fallen in love with the sport, kind of a late bloomer in the sport, and he gives them great minutes, Mark, off the bench.
It looked, to me, Mike, it looks like football without the pads.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
I'm not playing.
You're not going to intimidate him, that's for sure. If you play Aussie football, you know how to take a hit. He took a couple of big ones against Alabama, one which led to a suspension. Second effort, Aberdeen just caught in the tall timber.
Yeah, kick it out. Got 3 guys on you.
Coming up on 9 minutes remaining in the first half. It's been all Gators so far. It's going to be a foul on claims during this stretch on the calendar. Will hit a bit of a wall. Those legs can get heavy.
Here's the other thing that I want to talk about is the game against Alabama, as we see Mannion, that's what he does. Man, he's just so fearless in attacking. But the game against Alabama, I thought Florida played probably one of its 3 best games of the year. So the score doesn't always dictate how you play.
Right.
And every fan that we talk to says, oh, yeah, that's correct, but that shouldn't impact my team.
Well, I would say the game, as you see how drill a 3, he's a great recruiting story that we'll touch on later on. I think the game at Alabama is what I would call a good loss.
Yeah.
I mean, you go in Tuscaloosa where they're nearly unbeatable, you take them to overtime, that's going to be an offensive foul on the Commodores, wave off the bucket.
Was that the best game of the year?
It's right up. It's right up there. I mean, there's been. I mean, even games like Georgia here in Gainesville that went to overtime was a great one. Florida, Kentucky. There have been a number of sensational matchups this year in this conference.
Interesting that the 2 point guards are playing together. They haven't done that a lot of that this year. They did some of that in the game against Alabama. 2 in a row, maybe?
Hauk again.
How many players can outrun their dribble?
Magnon's one of them. Wide open 3. And there's Hauk, top floor for the rebound. Gonna bring it into front court. Pride of New Oxford, Pennsylvania, who was a late bloomer, didn't get any offers in Power 5, Power 6 after his 4 years in high school. Wound up playing an extra year, and that's when everybody started to learn the magic of go to 4 Final Fours during that stretch. This fan base has a taste for the other tourney in March, and with a top 20 and Exact Tech Arena, there's no reason to think this program won't be backed into the big dance this year.
And UConn trying to do what Florida did in 06-07, the last team to go back-to-back.
There's a A couple of guys from those back-to-back teams in the building today. Lawrence tried to angle it inside. There's Torian Green, the staff at Florida. Of course, sharp shooter on that team is the radio analyst for the Gators. Torian Green, though, good was he during that time. Horford still playing in the NBA. Joakim Noah, Brewer. Pulling off to a slow start in this game. 0 for 2 now from the field.
Vandy's half-court defense really good at keeping the ball on one side of the floor.
A shot that time by Magnon. Magnon and Lawrence are going to have to play huge today.
And Magnon just lives in that mid-range area.
Says it's a lost art. There's 6.5 to go, first half. Aberdeen getting some extended minutes. Out. Back out to Aberdeen. Passed up the 3. Probes the baseline and has it blocked. And somehow saves it. Open 3, Richard. Got it.
You mean that's the old throw it up underneath the backboard and then kick it out for a 3 play?
That's exactly what James Naismith had in mind when he invented this great game. The lead swells to 11 now for Florida. Gators are 5 for 11 from downtown. Lubin backing in on Handlogden. Handlogden just puts those arms up with that 7'1" reach. Alters shots. Richard again. Richard with another 3.
Vandy just a stewish.
That is a maybe 2.5 you should get for that far out. Vanderbilt trying to cut into a 13-point deficit now. Presley, 6'6" freshman in the game for the Commodores. He gets it here. Passes up a 3, the drive, and tries to stuff it on Handlogden. Which is not.
It's the area Presley has really struggled in this year. Just 10 for 23.
At the Colonial Life Arena. That game, of course, will now be on ESPN.
Boy, South Carolina is in a big game, the game after hours today. That game at Ole Miss today has all kinds of NCAA tournament ramifications.
Gamecocks playing a big one at Ole Miss today. Ole Miss right now finds itself on the wrong side of the bubble. They would be number. LSU comes right back and beats Kentucky.
How about that buzzer beater?
Oh, incredible.
Tyrell Ward.
And that was an immensely entertaining game as well. LSU's going to do good things under Coach Matt McMahon in time. Clayton on a pull-up.
I thought Lubin came up a little gimpy. Terry Oglesby is talking to him right now. I thought he got hit in the face, head area.
Deliberate dribble by Magnon, trying to find some daylight or an open teammate. Magnon. Jordan Williams. Inside, fade and fire, no good, and an over-the-back foul on Evan Taylor.
Take another. I thought that kind of stunned him for a second.
I would say it did.
I know it would stun me.
Now, you and I would still be down for the count. More great action leads to another easy bucket for Florida. That's Pullen with his first bucket.
Well, that's one of the ways to counter a defense that's trying to keep the ball on the side. Playing on the high side, go back door.
9 assists now for this Florida team. Seven on the shot clock. In heavy traffic, no good.
Does it seem like one of those bouncy bigs challenges every
shot? And that's exactly what they are, bouncy. Every one of them that Florida puts out there. quick twitch. Tough to get shots on. Straight on three. Vanderbilt could really use a basket here. 3 minutes remaining. Samuel, a block foul, and he'll go to the line.
Florida. I'd try anything.
Mix it up.
The guy got on the line.
That's
he
what
missed
happens.
the second one.
Well,
I think I'm on to something.
you are. The coach in you. Always thinking outside
Yes.
the box. Speaking of thinking outside the box, got to come up with a formula, Mark, for this Vanderbilt offense to get cranked up.
Yeah, I know you're concerned about tempo. That's a bad foul there by Richard. You're concerned about
Freshman out of the Bronx, New York, towing the line. This is our final regular season off against the Arkansas Razorbacks.
You know, Rivera Torres has been double figures 8 times this year, but his last was on January 17th. He got off to a hot start in SEC play. There's a change of defense. I love this.
Nowhere to go if you're pulling. Somehow squirts it over to Condon, and then he coughs it up. Good pressure by the Commodores. Taylor's been quiet, and he defers there.
Great call out of the timeout by Stack.
Beautiful pass that time by Rivera Torres.
A little 1-3-1, if you will, 3-quarter press. Ball's got to stay in the middle of the floor. There's another turnover.
Another turnover. Vanderbilt just scored its first basket in over 4 minutes, looking for a second one here. And then Mignon gives it right back up.
By Rivera Torres, finding his teammate for rare, easy points for the visitors. But if you don't handle the pressure and the press, guess what? You're going to see more of it.
Terrible pass, cross court, heavy traffic, and Clayton. Some wild action here to Pullen. Back up top, Clayton measures a three and missed it short. And a foul on the floor against Vanderbilt.
As a consequence, Florida was -10 in rebound margin, -16 points in the paint. That's how Bama won that game.
That's only the third time that Florida, Bama, A&M, and Mizzou, 2 of those 3, of course, were losses. But the Gators have out-rebounded their SEC opponents 10 out of 13 times.
3 consecutive turnovers by the Gators.
Another great feed, and the layup was just blown by Paul Lewis. And there's Samuel crashing. Another offensive rebound for Florida at number 4.
Don't you feel like sometimes Florida's best offense is just to get it up on the rim? Let those bigs go find it.
Well, and you've got players on this Gator squad that just have a knack of knowing where to be on the offensive glass. Condon is streaking. Instead, they'll go to Samuel. Richard has it swatted. Now the Commodores have numbers.
Great play by Lubin.
10-second differential. Game clock to shot clock.
See, I like a point guard that catches the ball and directs traffic before he dribbles.
Mignon directing. He wants a ball screen. He gets one. Takes it in the lane. Mignon in heavy traffic. He just threw that one up at the rim blindly. Gators will play for the final shot. Here's Clayton. Down low to Condon. Over to Richard on a 3. Off the mark, and that's how the half will come to a close. But what a...
That gave Florida some problems. I think that might be a recipe for Jerry Stackhouse's team. But it all starts offensively. They've got to be able to score at a higher rate.
Gators come in. Winners 7 out of their last 9 and picking up right where they left off. Clayton from downtown.
That's his 3rd 3 of the game. That means that's the 13th time this season he's made 3 or more.
Looking for his 11th 20-point game of the season. The last guy to hit that mark, Kenny Boynton, in 2012.
See again, West passed up and 3. Not a great 3, but I don't know that you're going to get it better. That's the kind of shot you're going to have to take and make in this game.
And that's the guy who is, as Vanderbilt has played better basketball, a couple of conference wins here of late.
Yep.
Evan Taylor, multiple threes in 8 of the last 9 games, 42% from behind the arc. They need him to heat up today.
In league play, he's been 39%. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Tyrese.
Contact, left-handed shot off the window for the and one opportunity.
9 double-doubles this year for Samuel. Young man out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Transfer from Seton Hall.
There's a byproduct of being undersized, as Vanderbilt is. Taylor at 6'6" has to block out on free throw situations.
You know, you and I had this Florida team going all the way back to early December. And I thought at that point, my initial impression was, man, Todd Golden's got a squad.
Yeah.
And then they hit a little bit of a skid. They were inconsistent. They squandered some big leagues. They went 0 for 2 in the SEC to start things off.
Things have happened. One is Clayton has wrapped his arms around being the lead scorer, and he plays like it. And then everybody else raised their level of play, I think, to match Zion Pullen, because he's at another level.
Samuel draws another foul. That was the genesis of that relationship. And then, as it's well noted, Walter Clayton was officially any place in the country, including the Gators, where he took a visit. But nobody in the state of Florida wanted him on the basketball court. He remembered those coaches that passed him over, and he said, I will not go anywhere to play basketball in Florida for a coach that didn't offer me the first time. Well, Todd Golden wasn't here,
right.
So that helped pave the way for Clayton to say, okay, I'll play for you, and I'll go to Gainesville. What an unorthodox path for both those guards to come to Gainesville. Lawrence has been quiet. Vandy will go to the line. Offensive rebound. Basketball was more for him. And when the Florida schools passed him over, he wound up playing with Rick Pitino. Hot and heavy on Walter Clayton. But Clayton stuck to his guns and his principles. If you passed him over the first time, you're not getting him the second time.
Now, both teams are trading missed free throws right now. Watch Vandy the way they try to keep the ball on the side. Pulling a little more definitive that time with Magnon.
House about that. I asked him, are you worried about Mignon's size holding up 6 feet, 170 pounds? He said, guys, he's all muscle. His physical presence is more than enough to carry the load the rest of the way. Right now, this Florida offense is carrying the load out to its largest lead of 19.
This is the second time in the game that Florida's got.
Ball comes into West. West right in on Samuel. A nice job that time drawing the foul.
Helped them get to that victory.
One of the 2 conference victories on the year. The other, of course, being the buzzer beater to defeat for this week's SEC men's and women's swimming and diving championships. The Gators have won the last 11 men's titles and are also the women's defending champions.
I mentioned the press. Here it is. See, that pass is no good. You've got to have people coming to the yes, but in this day and age, you know, of scoring and ball handling, Florida should be much better against the press than they are.
That'll work. Just throw it into the front court to Samuel. Samuel gets it back and gets a bear hug when he touched the basketball. I don't. And Logden's posted up. Samuel can't get it to him. Instead, it's a turnover. Lubin, paint touch, blocked by Samuel, but a foul. Now that's on Samuel. Free throw line, a 6'8", 230-pound sophomore that transferred from Notre Dame.
Struggling right now, but
50 trip.
2 missed free throws like a turnover, and they're not able to set their press.
Side Samuel. Samuel missed it from close range.
Oh, he caught it so deep. You've got to finish that.
Barreling in. Dishing. And a hoop and a harm for Evan Taylor.
What a luxury for a head coach.
Yeah, a luxury that very few teams have. Taylor completes the three-point play. That'll give Vanderbilt a little bit of life. The Commodores pull to within 15.
Yeah, different kind of press this time. 2-2-1. Not as much pressure. Florida easily handles that. Let's see if Vandy doesn't slip back into a zone. Yeah, a little 2-3, a 1-1-3, if you will. But also big first half leads.
Great drive and a clear path to the basket by Magnon.
Way too easy. Great take, though. Great execution.
Samuel with an offensive rebound. Sets up Richard. That is what makes the Gators such a nightmare. +9 in rebound margin. They get a ton of second opportunities. And the quick hands by Richard. Picks the pocket of Magnon. Takes it all the way and draws the foul. And that win here today. Where do you think Todd Golden's squad is going to shape up after the weekend?
At the end of the day, might help their metrics more than this one, simply given the site and the quality of the opponent. But, you know, before coming on, I took a look at Florida, and not even a full month ago, they were a bubble team. Check back even 2 or 3 weeks ago, you know, in the 10-11 seed range. Now a 7 knocking on the door of a 6. This is really an extraordinary, I don't want to say turnaround, I want to say evolution, if you will, for the Gators, because, you know, a lot of teams, the whole isn't equal to the sum of the
Resume like Texas A&M, who has 6 quad 1 wins, but they also have many getting in the tournament and in terms of seeding.
Yeah, A&M is going to be really quite an interesting case, Mark, and I may be the wrong person because a couple of years ago they were my last team in and didn't make it. So a miss back in 2022. You know, they had that great run through the SEC tournament, didn't quite get them to the finish line. This year, the great wins came early, and they're not playing well at the time. You know, 3 losses in a row. If you count tonight's game at Tennessee, I think it's 3 of their last 5 away from home. I'm generally of the view that great wins help more than bad losses hurt, unless you don't have enough of them, but they do have enough of them. They're going to be hard to leave out with that resume, but if they keep losing, they're going to make the committee's decision pretty easy, and it won't be one that they like.
Vanderbilt on a 5-0 run, trying to make things interesting here in Gainesville as Condon loads up a 3. Joe, it's Mike. Let's talk about the game that follows us because it's intriguing for both teams. South Carolina's lost 2 in a row after gaining a lot of metric momentum, if you will. And Ole Miss is now on the wrong side of the bubble on your latest bracketology. How big is that game for the Rebels?
It's a gigantic game for both, but obviously more so for Ole Miss, at least if we're talking about inclusion in the tournament. The Rebels, you know, let's not forget when league play started, they were one of 2 or 3 unbeaten teams in the country. Elsewhere, a win might get them back in or might just be what I call a status quo kind of game. And hopefully from their side, they're getting the Gamecocks at the right time. I think, you know, maybe South Carolina's seeding for a while there, they got kind of ahead of themselves. And a little bit of regression to their level of talent was to be expected. But certainly a road win of any kind would right the ship for Lamont Paris and company. They're going to be in the tournament either way.
Joe, what are the ramifications of the big game in Lexington today, Alabama at Kentucky, in your world?
Alabama could move up to a 2 today if Kansas, for Kentucky, I may just have to throw in the towel at trying to forecast them, because just when you think, you know, that they've got it together, they don't. Kind of inexcusable, really, to blow that game late at LSU. No disrespect to the Tigers there. Kentucky a 6 today. You know, ask me in a few hours what we should do with the Wildcats, because I have no idea.
Joe, final one from me, and that is either a quad 1 or quad 2. So from that standpoint, would you feel pretty safe at this point saying the SEC is in good shape for at
Going to be second behind the Big 12. They may, you know, equal the Big 12 at 9 teams each, which has been the case for most of February. Now, you know, Ole Miss has dropped out. A&M, as you say, in that last 4 in group. But typically, anytime you've got that much quantity, you're going to have some bubble teams. You know, it's not like you get 9 or 10 bids and you put all your teams in the top half of the bracket. Now we've got ourselves set up for a great SEC tournament. Everybody will have their eye on the top teams. Of course, people like me will be watching those, you know, mid-afternoon Thursday and Friday games for the bubble teams that tend to mean the most for Selection Sunday. So I think the SEC is set up for a great finish here, and it's going to get even better next year.
Clayton on a steal, takes it all the way in the finish. Joe, I know you're set up for a great finish come March, as you always are. We look forward to your bracketology, continued success, and thanks so much for the time.
You bet.
It's Joe Lunardi, the man, the myth, the bracket savant. Commodores had an 8-0 run, and then every time they try to pull it to within single digits, Florida has an answer. Great stuff from Joe Lunardi as always. Aberdeen fires up a knuckleball.
I think come off the hands clean, did it?
No rotation whatsoever. Long thought process, and then pulling the trigger on a 3 is Camateros.
Yeah, 73 of his 86 shots this year are from deep. He had all kinds of time to feel the seams.
Camateros, a transfer from South Dakota. Condon banging bodies on Camateros. Condon with the left, no, but a foul. Looked like he got hit on the head. Well, vibe going on here at Exact Tech Arena, formerly known as the O-Dome. Used to be a bubble top. Terrific student section with the Rowdy Reptiles. Another sellout crowd for a Saturday game in Gainesville. Beautiful day outside, but I rolled up here 2 hours before tip-off, and you had students lined up all the way outside around from the entrance.
Well, these are rare minutes because Magnon and Lawrence, neither one are on the floor.
Deflected pass and a steal. Aberdeen ahead of the pack. Alley-oop to Houck.
2 guys off the bench connecting. I'm betting they've connected in practice a lot.
Just a few times. Halfway through the second half. Game has been controlled by Florida. Vanderbilt every now and then gets a spurt. Out. A flat-footed block.
With the baby finish.
I didn't mention the best part of the Houck recruiting story. The fact that he had an assistant coach, Kevin Hovde, now at Florida, was at Richmond. He was the first one to fall in love with Houck. Look at that move. Kevin Hovde gets the job in Gainesville, tells Coach Golden, I'm telling you, this kid can play at the SEC level. They offer him a scholarship, but they don't know if he's going to honor it, because by then he's getting all kinds of Big Ten offers. Houck says, by the way, I grew up a Tim Tebow fan, and I love the campus in Gainesville. At that point, they had a feeling they were going to sign number 10 out of Pennsylvania. Condon, definite mismatch on the 6'2" Paul Lewis. Coach Golden to offer Thomas Houck a scholarship when scholarships were at a premium at that point. Florida was just about out. But I really think roster construction is as big a skill as any for a head coach in big-time college basketball.
I agree, and it's the combination of freshmen and transfers.
Right.
Or
you call them newbies.
The newbies.
I've been listening. I've been paying attention. Well, they got a lot of newbies, and they're all contributing for Coach Golden this year.
A little continuity offense by Vanderbilt, turning it over from one side to the other.
Vandy trying to cut into what was its largest deficit of 21. Rivera Torres with a nice shot by the freshman makes it a 19-point game.
This might be the first game all season where Pullen has really not impacted the game a lot.
Really haven't needed them. Clayton, goodness, such a pure jump shot.
Yeah, Will Richard now, Mike, has 3 or more threes 9 times this season.
4 for 7 from downtown is Will Richard, who recently scored his one
out, but it's the extra pass by Pullen that sets up Richard.
Remember we were talking about the knuckleball by Aberdeen?
Yes.
That is the opposite of a knuckledall. You watch the rotation, the revolutions when Will Richard shoots. Pullen showing some range. Houck with great hustle and almost got the Gators another possession.
Well, you can see why Houck in his last 4 games has 12 offensive rebounds.
He is an Energizer bunny out there. Bump and a trip to the lineup coming for Jordan Williams.
Who kind of gets lost in the shuffle, and then Wilt Baker is a matchup nightmare.
Yep. Yeah, I would add a couple to the list. He is a freshman at South Carolina that's going to be really good in this league for a while to come and has helped them win some games for sure. I would say there's a couple guys on Kentucky, including Onyenso, who's one of the best rim protectors in this league. And I would throw one other caveat in there. Of course, Samuel was on the list, but I would just say the Florida bigs in general.
Right.
Every one that they put in, they're not going to make any all-conference first team, but they all help this Gator team be a nightmare matchup.
And the way Mekhi Mitchell has played lately for Arkansas, he would make the team.
Yeah, I'm with you, absolutely. Deep 3 from Richard, finally misses one.
Good recognition, though, late in the clock. Had to shoot it.
The Gators do have 8 3-pointers already in this game.
Mismatch inside.
If they get it to him, they do. And muscling his way through about 4 Gator arms is Lubin.
It was a double team, but it was a 6'3", 6'4" double team. 2 guards.
Out straight away. A 3 would make it a 15-point game. Now you're starting to run out of time if you're Vanderbilt. I don't know how methodical you can be on offense.
See all these dribbles. If you're going to dribble, go somewhere. Divide by 2. Start there.
Some cases I would divide by 3.
Yes.
There's some guys that really fall in love with putting the ball on the deck. And that is a foul on a 3.
Not into his body. That's an easy call.
Evan Taylor, a transfer from Lehigh. He was more of a big guy at Lehigh at SIP. The Razorbacks are the defending men's and women's champs. It's only right here on the SEC Network. He's the coach, Mark Wise, a.k.a. the professor. I am merely Mike Morgan. Watching Florida Vanderbilt here, and the Gators are trying to improve to 9-5 in the league. A win here would make it 8 out of the last 10 in the rugged Southeastern Conference.
Well, we are in the overlap part of the schedule, aren't we? Wow. Williams didn't even have the ball cleanly. Still shot it, made his 8th 3-pointer of the year.
Former Texas A&M Aggie Jordan Williams and a 9-0 run for Vanderbilt. One thing about Jerry Stackhouse's teams, they never, and I mean never, quit.
Right to you.
Well, they would love nothing more than to spoil some people in a bad way, that is.
Yes.
And so they have been able to pull off more than a few upsets in Nashville, and that'll certainly be the goal. I mean, think of the bottom 4 teams in this league in the SEC tournament.
Right.
Like, if LSU is one, do you want to play LSU right now? I mean, Georgia's dangerous.
I don't think there's a team in the country in the past 5 years that has had to deal with such key injuries as to what Vanderbilt has had to deal with.
Foul out combo, and again, no worries. We'll just take in the uber bouncy and aggressive Alex Condon at 6'11".
But he had 13 rebounds.
Right. He came into this game with 93 offensive rebounds, 4 per game in SEC play, and number 2 in the nation in offensive rebound percentage. That's a Mark Wise type number right there.
Run and jump after the first dribble. Good job by pulling, looking ahead. That's what big guards can do.
Bowling sets up the mid-range jumper.
That suggests.
Not exactly your typical Zion Pullen day at the office, just 1 of 8 from the field, 2 points. He does have 5 assists, 1 turnover, keeping up with his second leading assist to turnover ratio in the country at 4-1. It's going to be a hold, I believe, on Lubin against Ole Miss earlier this year. 11 points and 15 rebounds. In that game, he became the first Gator this
Upside for Condon is enormous.
without question. And they knew they got something good when they found him. Not easy to find a guy out of Perth, Australia.
Don't we need to do an on-site background story?
I'm all for it. What you got?
Going to Australia?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead. Set up a camera crew, a hotel in Perth.
I really don't care about the camera crew. I just want to go.
We'll just take
I'm
selfies.
questionable whether or not I want you to go.
I'm sure I will be the last thought in your mind when that trip is booked. Poland with 5. Nice pass down low to Clayton. That's just synergy. That's playing together with one another and knowing where everybody is on the floor. Taylor cocks and fires.
I like the early offense, though.
A gamble, and then Rich. Mark Wise, as you put me on the spot. Of course, I had it.
Khalif Battle, I think you were telling me.
I want to make sure I get the points. He had over 40.
Yeah.
He had over 40 points. I don't think he had a single turnover. Great game for him. As Arkansas is one of those kind of Jekyll and Hyde teams. They're good enough where they just beat teams on given nights, and then their struggle has been consistency.
Jordan Williams getting a lot of run. I like what he's bringing to the table today for the Doors.
Of course, keep hanging around. It's a 15-point game. Under 3 minutes to go. Gators will bleed a little clock here. Samuel carving out space and just taking it right through Lubin. Lubin goes 6'8", 230. He's not exactly minuscule out there.
Smash mouth hoops.
Takes it right on Clayton. A long rebound out to Pullen. Into the hands of Clayton. Finds Richard again. Yes, from downtown. Another splash for one of the premier shooters in this league.
And just simple plays by Pullen and Clayton.
Foul on Florida. It's shy of another 20-point game. That would be his 5th straight. Vanderbilt continues to struggle.
Tone in this game.
Yep. Samuel announced his presence with authority early in this game. and throughout the second half. By the way, pull-in streak of 23 consecutive double-digit scoring games will end. That's going to be a turnover, a walk. Inside, knocked away from behind. Richard on the defense. Condon. Oh goodness, he got fouled about 4 times before he finally. Did you ever play a little bit of that growing up as a kid in the backyard in Kentucky?
Oh yeah. I figured out pretty early on.
That remains true today.
Today.
Second one is up and through for Condon. The lead is 20.
Condon flirting with a double-double.
Step back. Jumper is good by Taylor. That's what they needed more of earlier in this game. 10 points for Taylor, but his stretch of 8 of the last 9 games hitting multiple threes is not going to continue today. Numbers for the Commodores. And an and one. Great take by the.
Look whether he's the recipient of passes, but Samuel was good early, and I think sent the message to Vanderbilt early that Florida was going to take care of business. I felt like today was a workmanlike effort by Florida.
Well, Florida was the more physical team from the start.
But I don't know what these guys see against press.
The wrong jersey, apparently.
A pass to make a pass.
Aberdeen in the coffin corner.
Yeah, you never dribble backwards, ever. I watched BYU the other night. Great game and a big week for South Carolina because they go to Texas A&M.
Steal for Vanderbilt. Missed 3 and then a foul down low. Denver, always outstanding work, always helps us whatever we need whenever we're in town to do a Gator basket. They meal tonight somewhere in the Gainesville area. Mark Wise will be picking up a check.
Yes. I hope Denver's not tired of us because we'll be back here on Wednesday.
He might be after that. That certainly could do it. I know one thing. Florida's not tired of playing here at the friendly confines in Gainesville. They're playing some outstanding basketball, and they've got another home win, and they've got another conference win. 9-5 in the SEC, 8 out of 10.